If you're planning to move to the UK or you've already moved to the UK, then this video is for you. There are so many small things I wish someone had told me before I moved to the UK back in September 2022. So today I'm going to be that person who's going to tell you if you've just arrived. The first point has to be the UK weather app. Let me tell you, the UK weather app has commitment issues. The weather app will say it's sunny and boom, the next second it will start raining. So you basically have to plan all your trips, what you're gonna wear every morning based upon the weather. So I highly recommend that you check the weather app before you leave or you plan your day or your trip or anything. And the rain is like really sneaky over here. So you always need to carry an umbrella or some kind of a raincoat or something like that on you. And I highly recommend that you get your umbrella from India because I did the same. I brought my umbrella from India when I came back in September 2022 and I'm still using that umbrella. It's right in my room behind me and it is great because I think the quality is so good that I got in India. And the umbrellas that you get in the UK are not that great, especially when it's windy and it gets like really windy in the UK. Like sometimes it's like 40-45 kilometers per hour and it's raining at the same time. So you need to save from the wind and the rain at the same time. And the umbrellas that you get in the UK cannot stay strong in those strong winds. So I highly recommend that you get something from India. And to check the weather app, I highly recommend that you use the Met Office app because I use the same and I've mentioned it in the other video, in the apps video that I made. I use that to check the weather because it like literally shows you if it's cloudy on you and what time it's going to rain and everything exactly. And it's pretty accurate. The second thing I'm going to talk about is the winter. Now, winter in the UK is not just cold, but it is also really dark and depressing. The sun usually sets around 3:30 or 4 in December and it really affects your mood, especially in your first year. So when I came in September 2022, the first year, like the November 2022 and December 2022 were really tough because I did not expect, I was living in that cold weather for the first time. I was experiencing this daylight savings for the first time. So, the sunset was happening so early and everything like that. So I feel like you really need to prepare yourself mentally. And it's something called seasonal affective disorder, which is real. So you just need to kind of mentally prepare yourself. In this time, you need to kind of stock up on your vitamin D. Because there's no sun, like literally there for weeks and weeks there is no sun and you just have to deal with that weather. You cannot do anything. So I highly recommend that you just stay productive, active, plan something with your friends indoors or maybe just go on a walk, even if it is dark and cold outside. Maybe when you're going out for a grocery walk or something like that, just take your friends along with you. Just make the most out of that time. The third thing I'm going to talk about is the pelican lights. So what are these pelican lights? So these are the pedestrian crossing lights, but they work a bit differently than in India. So when you see these pelican lights, that means the pedestrians have the right of way and you don't need to wait to press the button and for the green man to come and anything like that. It doesn't work like that. All you have to do is when you approach the pelican lights, you just see if there's no car coming. If there is a car coming, it's probably slowing down after seeing you. And you just probably wait for them to just slow down completely and then start walking. And I've seen a lot of international students just do this, they wait at the pelican light thinking that something will turn green and then they have to walk. That it doesn't work like that. A lot of people just stay over there and then the car waits for them and the pedestrians think that the car should go, I'll wait for the car to go. And the driver obviously is like, no, it's your right of way, so you need to go. And I've seen this a lot of times because the international students don't know, and we've all seen Virat Kohli do that too, come on. So I really wanted to mention this point because I just thought that, I need to mention this, I need to tell it to my YouTube audience so that you know if you are at the pelican light next time. The fourth thing I'm going to talk about is the British slang. It is a whole new language. You think you know English until someone says, "I'm knackered, mate. Fancy a cuppa?" I mean, what did that British person just say? So they're just saying that I'm tired and I would like to have a cup of tea. So, you know, you need to basically catch up on these British slangs, and you just need to talk to a lot of British people when you're here. And the best way to do that is if you're in India, if you're watching this in India, then probably just start watching a lot of British shows, especially like reality shows. I watched a lot of Love Island in my first few years, and that really helped me understand a lot of these slang words. And you know, simple things like cheers means thank you, loo means the toilet, and fancy means I would like to have that, or something like that. And chuffed means I'm happy, and gutted means I'm really sad. And yeah, and it's not about just the British slang, but it's also about the accent, because it really varies from where that person is coming from the UK. The accent in Scotland is completely different than the accent in England, and also it varies where the person comes from, just like India. It varies where we come from, and our language is completely different in different states. So just like that, the accent over here is different in different counties. The fifth point I'm going to say is British people are really nice, but they are distant. In India, we all know that we all are super friendly. Not to strangers maybe, but once we get to know that person, then we're extremely friendly. And as neighbors, we're even nosy sometimes. But in the UK, it's different. People are usually nice to strangers, but they're not really good at maintaining relationships and friendships. They're not too like, oh yeah, let's make a plan today. Oh yeah, let's do this today. Usually it's like quite distant, and they'll usually just text to see if you're okay, and not be like too nosy or anything like that, even if you know that person. When I said that people are polite and friendly with strangers, it means like especially in the shops, in the superstores, or in the grocery supermarkets and stuff like that, or in Primark or anything like that, and they usually are like sorry or something like that. They come out as polite, but when you get to know that person, they're not usually friendly, and they are quite distant. And this is not just like with a few people, it's with all people. So I just feel like it just takes time for them to get to know you or something like that, and they usually have like these presumptions or assumptions, I feel, that they don't want to offend you, especially if you're an international person. So you know, it's just something that I've noticed, and I feel like you should have that realistic view when you come here, because I thought that I'll make a lot of British friends and everything, but it is really difficult to stay in touch with them just because they're so distant. The sixth thing I'm going to mention is everything closes early. So if you go on a high street on 7 p.m, probably you're not going to find anything open at that time, because you'll be shocked. The stores on the high streets usually close by 5 or 6 p.m. It depends on where you're coming from. In Derby, it usually closes around 6. And in Lincoln, which is a smaller town, usually everything used to close around 5 p.m. And I feel like it varies. I think in London, it's open till like 7 or 7:30, 8, I would say. The supermarkets are probably open till 9 or 10, which is good, but like otherwise shopping like Primark or Next or anything like that, M&S or anything, you'll find it closed. So if you want to find something at 10 or 11 p.m, good luck. It doesn't work like India over here. And this is mainly because the workers also have their own life, and they need to give their family their time. And that is why they just close on time, and on Sundays it's even less. So usually everything closes by 4 or 5 p.m, and the shops also open around 10 or 11, so you just have like those 4 or 5 hours to shop. The seventh thing is walking is your new normal. When you come to the UK, you are going to walk a lot, way more than back home. So I would just say that please invest in good and comfy shoes. It is really, really important, because I lost all my weight after coming over here, and I I can walk faster if I have like good shoes on me, and it really depends, especially in winter when everything's cold. You don't want to have something that is probably really airy and then your feet get cold and then it's just numb and then you can't feel it, and then it's really difficult to walk in those situations. So I would just say that prepare in that way and your step count is about to skyrocket. The eighth thing I'm going to mention is cooking at home is a lifesaver. If you're craving something Indian food at restaurants is really expensive, and let's be honest, they're not always authentic. A lot of Indian restaurants over here are not authentic, I would say. So if you're coming from India to the UK, I would just mention that please learn some basic stuff, like some basic tadkas and basic recipes of khichdi or something like your comfort food, because it will really help you. I didn't learn anything. I used to be on video calls over here with my mom and she used to just explain me some recipes, and I learned basically because of that. But it would have been definitely helpful if I learned something in India before coming to the UK. And also, cooking is really simple if you just cook some one pot things, not like an extravagant feast, I would say, but like small pot dishes, like one pot recipes like khichdi or dal rice or egg curry or something like that. It would really help you and it will save you a lot. The ninth thing I'm going to mention is buying in bulk is always cheaper. So back in 2022, when I used to go to these grocery stores, I used to spend a lot of time looking at the prices and the quantity I used to get, and I quickly realized that buying in bulk is always cheaper. So I always used to call it the bulk theory, and I always used to get like a lot of things in bulk, especially the non-perishable things. And if something is like 15% off, like a can of chickpeas or a can of kidney beans, then I just buy 2 or 3 probably at one time and just keep it because they're non-perishable. They won't go to waste or anything like that, and it used to save me a lot of money. So I feel like that is something I really want to convey from this video, that just buy things in bulk which are non-perishable, buy things fresh, and don't let them go to waste. But the non-perishable items, I would really say that buy in bulk wherever you can. Just see what offer there is and just buy that, because it is going to save you a lot of money. The 10th thing I'm going to mention is the job hunting takes time. The most challenging part of living in the UK is the job hunt, whether it is for a part-time job or for a full-time job, it doesn't matter, but it is the most stressful and challenging time. I was really lucky the way I got my part-time and my full-time job because of my skills and experience and all of that, but I've seen a lot of people struggle and it is not nice, obviously, to see them struggle. My friends struggle sometimes, and you know, it's just really something that you feel like really helpless. And for you yourself, because I was unemployed for 3 months over here in the UK, that time was the toughest time of my life, because I was paying my own rent from my savings. My bank account was probably just going down because I was not earning anything and I was living off my savings. I will make a separate video on this because I really want to help you, but I would just say that it takes time. So just mentally prepare yourself. Don't have any expectations that you'll get a job really soon. Obviously, all you have to do is just work hard towards it, give your 100%, do everything as soon as you arrive in the UK, because that is going to help you in some way or the other to understand the process, to learn from your own mistakes. It is going to help you, but I just want to say that it's going to be a long process. It's not going to be easy. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope that this video was helpful. I am going to make more videos that is going to help you in the future. So do like and subscribe to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.